Yes, people, what's happening? Welcome back to the channel. First things first, guys, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell notification button. And let's dive right into 5 things we learned from Chelsea 1, Brighton 0 in the third round of the Carabao Cup at Stamford Bridge. Yes, you heard that right, people. Chelsea scored a goal and won a game of football. And that win sets up a last 16 tie against Blackburn Rovers at Stamford Bridge, with the Carabao Cup opening up slightly now and a potential trip to Wembley not too far away for the boys. So let's get on to my first point. Then obviously some changes in the side last night. We still went strong, which is vitally important. I've always said how important the Carabao Cup is. And we saw a first start for Cole Palmer. Now, myself, like many other Chelsea fans, have been crying out for Palmer to be starting games more recently than he has. The 3 appearances out off the bench so far has been quality. Looked one of the best players on the pitch when he's came on. And obviously on Wednesday night, he got his first start for Chelsea. He got a great assist for Nicholas Jackson for the winning goal. And he was trusted with the number 10 position, had Mudryk and Ian Martin either side of him. And the guy showed levels, real promise in this role. He looked dangerous, it's clever passing, he's composed. Not least the assist to Jackson where he megs the defender. Fantastic close control. He turns in the box. He feeds the striker well. And it's a quality that's been really missed at the club so far this season and over the years as well. Someone that, always shows for the ball, wants to get on the ball, always tries to make something happen. Those qualities are going to be qualities that see Palmer go right to the top of the game. Look, I know it's early days, but he was really superb last night. And beyond his on-the-ball quality, which is obvious from having watched him, he works his socks off for the team as well. He presses high. He tracks back to win tackles. Of course, naturally, there's still plenty of room for him to improve, but Pochettino was full of praise for his performance last night, and this has to be the start of a run of games for Cole Palmer, starting in that number 10 position. Realistically, that position should be his, that shirt should be his, really, until Nkunku comes back from injury. Of course, form depending, but he looks like a real player, growing in confidence, never shies away from the ball, as I said, and a really encouraging display tonight, along with Levi Colwill and Mark Cucurella, probably up there right with Chelsea's man of the match. And we look like we've got a real good player on our hands. Obviously, keep our feet on the ground, let's not get overly carried away here, but a superb performance from Cole Palmer, long overdue, him starting a game for Chelsea, and I'm delighted to see him finally deliver on the pitch right from the off, instead of having to do it from the bench. So fully deserved for him. Looking forward to seeing more from him in the upcoming games, and absolutely should be a shoe-in, one of the first names on the team sheet for the game against Fulham on Monday night. But a top performance. What a player, baller. Run out of words to describe this kid, but yeah, look, has to be starting on a more regular basis now. So yeah, the first point, massive props to Cole Palmer. A really great performance, and let's hope we can see many more of those going forward for the rest of the season. My next point is about Mark Cucurella. Now, I think he was superb last night. I've got to be honest. I was a little bit surprised he started. To be fair, I thought he might have gone with a back 4, but it seems to be a bit of a back 3 system. Him starting as the left centre back and then having to play right back in the second half. But do you know what? Absolutely delighted for him. He did so well tonight. Whether he was a bit more fired up because it was against his former employers, but he did really well to contain Matoma the way he did, one of the most dangerous wingers in the league. It was a really top performance from it, and he deserves it. It's been a tough start to life at Chelsea for him. It's not gone the way that he would have expected. He's had difficulties off the field last season, had the fans booing him at times last season as well. I had a move to Man United fall through, so much to deal with. And people seem to forget that he is a good player and he can be important for Chelsea and can play an important role. He was superb in that right-back role in the second half. Reminded me a little bit of when Azpilicueta used to go over and play at left-back. Maybe Cucurella's running the team is going to come with Gusto and James out. He could maybe fill in that right-back slot, or with Chilwell picking up another hamstring injury. Maybe that's the opportunity that Cucurella needs to get into the team, put in some performances, get some confidence growing. And whether that, kickstarts his Chelsea career, whether that adds a bit more value to his transfer fee, who knows? But he was brilliant last night and deserves all the praise that he's rightfully going to get for his performance, because he really delivered, I think, when people didn't expect him to. But it was blocking challenges. He was tracking back well. He was defending well. Everything was great about his performance last night. And, it just reminded people of what a top player he is. So I am really pleased to see him doing well again. But it doesn't mean that my criticism of him of the past is suddenly all forgotten about. This is one game. Credit where credit's due. We now need to see this on a consistent basis from Cucurella. I'm sure he can. I'm sure he can do it because I believe in this player. I think he's a good player. He didn't become a bad player overnight. I like his abilities. I like him as a footballer. So let's see what this can do for him. But this will do him the world of good. This will really, really boost his confidence. Show to the Pochettino, the gaffer, that look, I can do a job here. I can absolutely do a job for sure. But it's going to be interesting to see kind of what happens with the left backs, because in theory, we had 3 left backs starting last night in Martin, Cucurella, and Chilwell. And I guess a fourth on the pitch, Levi Colwell, who's been playing in that position for most of this season. So that was kind of an interesting one. But again, he showed his versatility to play at right back. And who knows, maybe that could be where he gets his moment in the team, or now with Chilwell looking for a spell on the sidelines. One person's misfortune is another person's opportunity. And this could be sort of the breakthrough that Cucurella was looking to get, because he's not played a single minute in the Premier League so far this season. So let's wait and see what happens. But look, I'm not saying he's back and he's going to be amazing for us all of a sudden. But this was a real confidence boost for him and a top performance from him. So yeah, I'm delighted to see that. I really am. Moving on to my third point then is how big this goal will be for Nicholas Jackson's confidence. Not only does it sort out our goal of the month competition for September, seeing as it's the only goal that we scored. In recent weeks, Jackson's put in some poor displays. I think it's absolutely fair to say, and there's a huge sigh of relief in the ground last night when he slotted away that goal early in the second half. He'd struggled to perform in confidence in recent weeks. And, the fans will be hoping that this does him the world of good. Unfortunately, he's going to be missing Monday night's game against Fulham through suspension. But, after the goal, he was much improved. And he was denied another one with a very questionable offside decision from the officials, who were shocking last night, in my opinion. But look, Jackson will be hoping as fans that he can build on this promising display and maybe try and help ease the attacking woes at the club so far when he returns from his suspension. But look, there's still a long way to go for Nicholas Jackson. He's still raw. There's still things that he massively needs to improve on. But to get that second goal of the season is going to be huge for him, huge for his confidence. And it's just good to see things going well for the team again. That it wasn't a pretty performance. We ground it out. But again, it showed that this team can grind things out. Game management was so much better when we went a goal up and we dug deep. Everyone put in a shift 100% and left it all out on the field. So we showed that we can dig in, we can see games out, and we can do it. So look, let's hope that this might be the boost in confidence that we need, and it could set us on a run for the next couple of games before the international break. But look, for Nicholas Jackson, it's vital. It's a shame he's missing the next game. It would have been good for him to carry on building some momentum. But look, Nicholas Jackson getting that goal is massive, absolutely massive for him. And it's big for Chelsea as well. So yeah, pleased for Nicholas Jackson on that front. And hopefully he can go on a bit of a run and try and add a few more goals, people. Going on to my next point then, Robert Sanchez. Now, look, I've been singing his praises the last few games, Bournemouth and obviously Aston Villa. He was fantastic. I've got to be honest, his distribution last night was a huge concern, a huge concern. He was very, very shaky. It was below par, and it almost cost us on multiple occasions, noticeably twice in that first half, particularly from João Pedro when he clips the ball over the bar and it landed on the roof of the net. And he was also forced into making a smart save from Ansu Fati when he put fucking Caicedo in all sorts of trouble with a horrendous back pass to him. But beyond the errors, there are other occasions where he just fucking kicks the ball straight out of play or just looks really uncomfortable when it looked like his confidence had taken a bit of a hit. So Sanchez will clearly want to move on from this performance as quickly as possible, because it wasn't a good one. He improved a bit in the second half, made a couple of decent saves to keep us ahead in the game. But yeah, this was not a good performance from him in the first half. This is not me shitting on him. It's just me being honest in my assessment. Where we praise, we also have to criticize where it's due. And last night was a real problem, and he didn't look good at all. He looked really uncomfortable, as I said, giving the ball away, hoofing it into touch. Yeah, not the best of nights for Robert Sanchez, and he'll want to move on quickly from this, get to Monday night and put that performance behind him, because yeah, it was his most uncomfortable performance in a Chelsea shirt to date so far. But I still believe in him. I still think he's a good goalkeeper, and he'll continue to improve for us. But yeah, look, we can't shy away from those errors that he made, particularly that first half. Second half was an improvement, and let's hope he puts this behind him, as I said, and can move forward and start putting in some more important displays for the club. And my last point of this video, people, is the Carabao Cup. We're in the last 16 now. It's opening up a little bit. It's giving us a potential opportunity to win a trophy. We've got Blackburn in the last 16. That would then take us to the quarterfinals. I don't want to get too carried away, but you've got Mansfield versus Port Vale as one of the fourth round ties. You know, one of last year's finalists in Man United and Newcastle's going out. Man City went out in the third round. Obviously, Liverpool are still in, Arsenal are still in, but they've got a tough tie away at West Ham. So, look, the competition's opening up a little bit, and people laugh about the Carabao Cup. I've sneered at it in the past, but it's a really important trophy for Chelsea this season. Not only have we not won a domestic trophy since 2017 and lost our last 5 Wembley finals, new manager, new group of players, you need to win something as quickly as you possibly can. And the Carabao Cup represents the first chance to do it, and arguably draw dependent, the easiest chance of winning a trophy. So we need to be taking it seriously, as I've said in previous videos. And we've got a chance to advance to the latter stages. And, you know, winning the cup would be so important. We've gone strong in the previous 2 rounds. We saw when Mourinho came, he really identified it as an important trophy. It breeds that winning mentality. It gives that belief that this group of players can win trophies, that this manager can win a trophy. So for me, we've got to be taking it seriously, very seriously. And it's starting to open up now. I'm not getting carried away thinking we're going to be going to Wembley or anything like that, but a favourable draw in this round, head into the quarterfinals potentially. Anything's possible. Depends who goes out, depends who we get in the draw. But it is opening up nicely and giving us a very good chance at getting our hands on some much needed domestic silverware. But as I said, guys, those are the 5 things that I've learned from Chelsea 1, Brighton 0. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, whether you agree or disagree with the points that I've made. As always, make sure you like, subscribe, comment, and hit that bell notification button, people. I'll catch you again in another video soon. Take care, up the Chelsea, and peace out, people.